Hello and welcome to my first cameraless video, which also happens to be my first anime video too. And that brings me on to the topic of this video, which is Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba. But be warned if you care about spoilers, so watch with caution if you're still here. Now, we have called the unfaithful, we should move on to the topic of the video, which is the top 5 breathing styles in Demon Slayer, in my opinion. So then, the first on my list is Tengan Uzui's own sound breathing, which branches from thunder breathing and is my favourite breathing style because of how unique it is. Due to the fact that Tengan uses bombs when fighting, which no other Demon Slayer does unless you count Genya's gun, but back to sound breathing. I think another cool thing about sound breathing is that it links directly to Tengan's ability of musical score, which, after a sizable amount of time, he is able to translate the enemy's movements into musical notes, and is able to create an underlying rhythm of attacks while still dodging the enemy's attacks, and that is all on sound breathing. So, onto sun breathing, or Hinakami Kagura, which, despite being the first and most powerful breathing style, it is also the breathing style that all other breathing styles branch off of, as Rengoku's father says that the sun breathing is the original breath, and with every subsequent breath being derived from it, which I believe is such an interesting thing about the breathing style, and is used to defeat Muzan Kibutsuji in the Countdown arc, when they have to fend off Muzan to stop him from escaping into the shadows before dawn breaks. Tanjiro turns into a demon and is instantly cured, and with sun breathing takes me onto Upper One's Kokushibo's breathing style, moon breathing. At number 3, and if you weren't wary of manga spoilers up until now, this is the part where you stop watching, as it is a major spoiler for the Infinity Castle arc, with Kokushibo being at the main enemy there. So, now that we've cleared that up on to actually talking about it, the main reason I like it is because it has the most breathing forms of any style, with a full 16 styles, overtaking sun breathing with 13 breathing styles, or 12 if you're being particular, and was created by Yorichi's brother, so it is directly branched off sun breathing, making it one of the most powerful breathing styles because of that. And another reason why I like it is because it shows the contrast of the two brothers, one seeing the beauty of mortality and choosing to walk in the sunlight, while the other craves power and walks among the creatures of the night, with their breathing styles reflecting this, and see how each other have changed when they meet for the second time. Anyway, I've ranted about moon breathing for long enough. On to the number 4 slot are two very similar breathing styles, who's created by the Kocho sisters, and it is flower and insect breathing. So, let's breathe about the older breathing style, which is derived from the 10 forms of water breathing and is used by Kaneo in her and Inosuke's fight against Doma, when she half blinds herself to win the fight using the final form of Equinoctial Vermilioni. She then fully blinds herself when she uses it again in the fight with Muzan. Then Shinobu redeveloped flower breathing when she discovered she did not have the strength to cut off a demon's head, so she uses a thinner, lighter blade, especially designed to inject a wisteria poison into the demon and kill them from the inside out, and there's such a unique breathing style that is used against Shinobu against Doma, who was initially impressed she managed to lodge her sword in his right eyeball, and then he uses the blood demon art Frozen Lotus to attack Shinobu, and she backflips away, and then he learns that she is incapable of cutting off a demon's head, and further learns that she uses poison, which excites him, and develops a resistance to the poison after a mere 5 slashes, which is not enough to render an upper moon with any effects. Then, after a short-lived battle, Doma manages to capture and consume Shinobu, but she had stored over 37 kilograms of wisteria poison in her body, which eventually kills Doma in the end. And on that note, we are brought onto Muichiro Tokito's mist breathing, which I believe is a rather nice because I like the aesthetic of a sick form, which is called Lunar Disappearing Mist. And the swordsman leaps directly upwards and releases a series of slashes, damaging anything onto the ground, as well as there only being one person that can use it, to my knowledge. Muichiro Tokito made another form called Obscuring Clouds, which shrouds Muichiro in mist, allowing him to strike with no counterattacks. But there is one more that may not be considered a breathing style, but I feel it deserves a place here, and that is the half sun-breathing, half water-breathing fusion Tanjiro used against Daki and Gyataro.
考えろ。自分にできる最大のこと。今の俺にできることは。
And that it is never used again, but it was one of my favourite moments in the series. So anyway, that is my top 5 and extra Demon Slayer breathing styles. Goodbye.